today is Tuesday. I hope everyone's day is off to an amazing start. Thanks so much for stopping in today, guys. All right, today we are coming in, or I am coming in with a real quick video, all right? Just tooling around the house on yesterday, just kind of taking stock at, you know, things that I need to get rid of, things I need to purge, things I need to purchase, you know, the things that we do during spring, you know, spring cleaning. And as I was looking around, I have to say, I have a lot of regrets in terms of decor here in the house. And so I decided to come in and share, be very vulnerable in today's video and just share with you guys my biggest regrets for the home in 2023. As you watch today's video, guys, do drop down, leave me your comments, of course, but also let me know what regrets you guys have for your home as you kind of go around and do your spring cleaning for 2023. What are the things you regret? Was it that sofa you purchased or did not purchase? Is it the wall color? Is it that carpet? Drop down, leave a comment again as you're watching the video and let me know your biggest home regrets for 2023. So we are going to start down here in the basement. As you guys can see though, I am actually watching Sanditon down here right now, guys, and I actually started the series over because true to form, I have watched, I've gotten caught up and I have no new episodes, so I actually started it over. So down here watching Sanditon, but I want to go ahead and share with you guys really quickly my first regret down here in the basement is the bar stools. I feel like the bar stools are not giving. They're not giving. I think they are a little bit too much of a low profile type of bar stool. We're in the basement, so you know, this is going to be a smaller area. We do have, this basement is about what? A little over 2,000 square feet. So it's a good size basement. However, I did not want any really large bulky pieces down here. The bar stools upstairs in the kitchen, they have a high back and all the things. And I felt down here with this particular island that bar stools like that would be a little bit too much. It would be, you know, it would be a little bit more intrusive over into this particular area. So what I tried to do, and you know, coming up with a design for the basement, it was like I tried to put a lot of things into a small space. So you have like a family room area over here, and then so you have the kitchen over here. So everything had to be a little bit more compact so that it would fit, one, and then two, flow and look nice at the same time. I didn't want anything to be in here that was really competing, sticking out, and you know, being a bit intrusive. And so I went with the shorter bar stools. However, now I absolutely regret them. I think I can find some bar stools that are a little bit taller than these. If you stand here on this side of the island, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So if I had the same bar stools that are up in the upper level of the house, the backs of the bar stool would kind of jut up, and you know, if you're standing here and you're talking to your family or guests or whatever, you wouldn't be able to see their faces. But I'm kind of rethinking that. I don't think it would be that big of a deal right now at this point. So I think I am going to look for bar stools that do have backs. And also, these aren't very comfortable. They're comfortable, but after I would say a few hours of sitting, they can get a bit, you know, you can get a bit restless on these. Thank goodness we have these sofas down here. But yeah, so again, down here in the basement, first regret going to be the bar stools. So looking to get rid of those really soon here. They are comfortable, like I said, but just not super comfortable. And I think I can do better at this point. I think I can do better. Again, my initial thoughts were, don't get anything too big down here. It is a smaller space when you compare it to the upstairs area of the house, but I do feel some taller bar stools would be okay. So my next regret will be the sofas, not the sofas themselves, but actually, guys, these pillows. So I was in Marshall's and I was in the market for some new pillows for down here, and I came across these. There were actually 5 pillows in a bag and the price was around $90, and I was like, oh my gosh, everything I need is in the bag. I love the colors, would work well with the sofas downstairs in the basement. But then after 2-3 days, I felt that it was giving really country vibes, and that isn't necessarily my aesthetic, not the aesthetic that I want here in the home. There's nothing wrong with that aesthetic. It's just not, you know, it's just not a favorite of mine. I do have little bits and pieces of that aesthetic, let me say, throughout the house. I mean, if you look here on the table, that tray, that wood tray, I think it does throw a little bit, you know, country chic. But the pillows, I feel, just push it over the edge. It just pushes the look over the edge. Nothing wrong with the pillows per se, but I feel that it takes this space into a direction that I really did not want for it to go. Going to have to be looking here shortly to replace those. Nothing wrong with the look. I just feel a little bit of regret having purchased them. So, you know, that was $90 or $99 for that sofa. Same thing over here in terms of the pillows. So that's what, roughly $200, you know, gone to waste. So I'll be donating those. Again, the bar stools, I'll have to donate those. And so I regret it in that that's just, you know, money gone to waste. However, if I do donate them, which more than likely I will, to a place like Goodwill, I do feel that they are going to a worthy cause. Hopefully they'll go to some individuals who are possibly maybe starting out, you know, in a new home or in their home, and they're just looking to get some, you know, inexpensive home decor. I can look at it like, you know, like that. Oh, also, before I forget, the next regret, these pendant lightings, these bedazzled pendant lights, they are a huge regret. Let me see if I turn the light off. Well, you can kind of see it right there. You see that? These were very, very on trend once upon a time as well. That trend has since passed us by. So we had our contractor builder guy, that his company who did the basement, they installed these. So more than likely now, Eric and I will be, you know, uninstalling those and putting up some new ones ourselves. So let's go ahead and the fireplace. I think what I'm gonna do for the fireplace is paint it like a gray or a white, something where it doesn't stand out as much. The fireplace in its current condition is giving me cabin vibes, and so at the time this was the only one that I could find. Now though, in looking around, there are some really nice ones on the market, but like I said, this is one of the few that were available to us at the time. So not gonna get rid of it. I love how the contractor, he had his guys build it in so it fits perfectly in that space. So not looking to get rid of that. What I will do, like I said, is just give that a really nice coat of paint to kind of bring it, you know, a little bit more up to date, so that it fits better here in the space. So, all right guys, so right now we are upstairs in our theater room, and I have to say my biggest home regrets for 2023 can absolutely be found up here in this space. And I apologize for the lighting. It's cloudy here in Atlanta. What's new? But so yeah, I want to start out with the artwork here in the back of the room. Huge regret. Huge regret. I hate that I absolutely stuck with the theme of this being a theater room and went with this, what do you call this, like Art Deco type of artwork. I am so over it, guys. I am so over it right now. I am still in the early initial planning phases of what I want to do with this space, but this artwork has to go. It has to go. The popcorn machine, another regret. I want to say we used this maybe about 5 times, just about 5 times in total, guys. Let me see if I can brighten up that area a little bit more. Don't know if that helped. Hope that it did. The valances I did myself here in the back of this space. I'm over it. I hate that I did it because now I need to take them down. And when I tell you the damage that has been done to this wall, it is obscene, okay? I hung these up, not really knowing exactly how to hang valances, and I actually made these, guys. I made them. The hard material that is there, the wood, right down to the fabric and the stuffing, I came up with it, you know, and made all myself. And so there were some mistakes there. So I'm going to have to pay for that in terms of, you know, elbow grease to get that all patched up. So just to recap, the Art Deco, not even really sure if that's the correct name for it, but I don't like this design, this style anymore. The popcorn machine, just really hating that I went in this direction. I feel that if I had just utilized this space as just another living area as opposed to making it so heavily themed, I think I would still be happy with this space. However, now as it turns out, I'm just beyond over it. The popcorn machine, I'll be getting rid of. The valances, again, sorry for the lighting, but they will have to go. And then this bench. I will say this bench here was a thrifted piece that I took and covered using the same fabric that I used for the valances. It's very cushiony. It was a really, really well-made piece, the bench itself, but I'm just not liking it. It is really giving me flag that is placed on top of, you know, someone's coffin. All right, if we turn this way, there is more of that just overly themed artwork up here. Just really hate that I did that. Just really hate that I did it. And look, it's not that I can't replace it. I absolutely am going to replace it. Like I said, still here in the initial phases of kind of redesigning this space, but you know, if we take the family room, for example, or even the basement, I am not really looking to do a really heavy revamp of those spaces, unlike what I am, you know, looking to do here. So now I am going to have to get these out of here. They are super, super heavy, and just put some more traditional, not as themed seating in the space. I wouldn't even want these for the basement. I just don't like them. As you can see, again, very heavy and just overly overstuffed and bulky. And you know, when you're sitting in here and you're watching a movie, you know, they are great. They do recline. So when you're sitting in here and you're watching a movie, they are, you know, they're perfect for that. However, anyone sitting, I would say, on the very, very back row, you're going to have a hard time seeing the TV because you have these two rows of seats in front of you. So I would like to replace these with some more conversational type of seating, just to bring it a little bit more up to date. The TV will stay. I'll just have to remove those things up there. The console, the entertainment console, I'm still on the fence about that right now, whether or not we want to keep this. This piece is actually from IKEA. This is a good size wall right here. So I do love that it takes up quite a bit of that wall. So I love that little corner piece there. This is used for housing, like, you know, overflow of food. If we are up here, you know, entertaining, this becomes a buffet type of deal as well when we're entertaining. But overall, just a real big regret for 2023. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. This is the biggest one. This room right here was the biggest one, and I have to attribute that issue to the fact that it was too overly themed. So no more themed rooms for me. This has to be redone. You guys go ahead, drop down and leave any suggestions you have in terms of seating. I think that's going to be the issue. Seating and the placement of the seating here in this space. You see that we have those doors there. Don't necessarily want to block those off. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, do go ahead, drop down and leave a comment in terms of seating and seating placement for this space up here. We are still upstairs. This is the next spot that I am not quite happy with, have a huge regret here in this space. See if you guys can quickly point out what I feel my biggest regret for 2023 for my closet room is. Dun, 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 guys. It's the color of my IKEA storage units here. You guys will recall some years ago, Eric actually installed all of the storage shelving. Do you guys say storage shelving? Storage unit? I guess this is more like a storage system, organization system. Either way, purchase this at IKEA, guys, and I really now wish, as I look back on it, that we had gone with the white storage units or closet system. I guess that's what I want to call it. Closet system. Yeah. So this particular closet system right here, while I love it, super functional, just love the look of it in terms of the storage and just how it fits almost seamlessly here in this room. Like this unit right here is a whole corner unit. I don't even know if they still offer that, but what I feel now is the color is too dark. It's too dark. Not a fan of it anymore at all. At the time that Eric installed this closet system, guys, or yeah, closet system, all they had was white and this rich mocha color, where now there's a gray, and I know that I would have absolutely chosen the gray, but I went with the brown for several reasons. Everybody was doing white and I was trying to be a little bit different and go with this. I felt the brown or the espresso mocha color here would add a bit more richness to the space. I felt that the white would get dirty, and right now I'm just throwing all of that out of the window. I don't care. I wish that I had gone with the white. I really, really do. Depending on the time of day, this room can get really, really dark. I have the lights on in here, as you see, but it doesn't matter. Some corners of this space are still absolutely dark, but you guys will have to drop down, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on it. How do you feel about this mocha color? Like I said, it's still really pretty. Unfortunately, the darker colors in a space not only make the space appear darker, but can also tend to make the space appear a lot smaller. That's just a regret that I have right now for the space. Love the design on it, or love the design of the space. Like everything fits in here like a glove. Fits perfectly. I just wish it were white. I really, really do. I felt that the white was going to show a lot more, like, you know, makeup and things like that. I don't care now. I throw it out of the window. I will say too, you know, this rich mocha color, it shows dust a lot. It really does show a lot of dust. And I have some glass surfaces in here. I'm actually looking to, you know, replace some of the glass furniture in this space. You know, back in the day, the glass mirrored furniture, it was just like everything. Well, I would like to kind of get away from that right now. Not quite sure what I want to replace some of the mirrored furniture pieces with. Don't know yet, but I do know this organization system here from IKEA in this rich mocha color. I think I'm pretty much tied to it at this point. I just don't see us dismantling all of this and then having to put together another IKEA system. Also, I'm not sure if this one is even sold anymore. This one right here is really, really deep. Not sure if you guys are getting a sense at how deep these particular units are. I think the ones that IKEA offers now are a lot more shallow. And you know, we kind of measured to within an inch of its life. And so the entire design, I think, would kind of suffer or have to change if we were to go with some of the more shallow units. But yeah, next stop here in my closet room, guys. I think the colors are too dark. I don't like it anymore, but give me you guys a suggestion. I know too, another reason I would really like to have the white units. I feel that my purses would really show a lot better if these units were a lighter gray or a white. Right now they kind of get lost in there, you know, unfortunately, or I guess, I don't know, it's just my taste. I prefer the signature bags. I think I mentioned it in a video that I'm really getting back into my Louis Vuitton purses, and you know, most of them are, you know, they're the darker colors. Even if you come over here and take a look at the Gucci bags, you know, they are that brown. And so unfortunately they are, you know, they're not standing out. They're getting lost here in the space. But anyway, I'm not gonna go too long on that. But yeah, this is the next regret, guys. Do drop down, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Let me know too what you would replace this with, or if you would replace it. This is actually two units pushed together. What would you replace that with? Would you keep it? Now that I think about it, you know, with the room being dark, maybe the mirrored piece is a good idea because, you know, it lets a lot of light in and does make the space, you know, appear, you know, a lot larger. But yeah, that's another regret. Okay, so next up, guys, is the ensuite closet. So we've actually, Eric and I, broken the closet up into halves. This is my side of the ensuite closet. And my regret here with this space is turning it into, or turning my side into, at the time, my little chick cave. You guys know, once upon a time, the chick caves were so on trend. Everybody was doing it. All of us ladies were looking for any little space in the house that was extra, that we could kind of, you know, make our own, kind of steal away from the rest of the house, and you know, do all of our little girly things. Well, what I have done with my space since turning it into my little chick cave is really nothing. I don't really utilize this space anymore. So what I really wish that I had done with the space is just kind of build out the walls a little bit more and actually fill them in with the IKEA shelving or some type of, you know, closet system, as opposed to, you know, basically half doing it, right? Had I gone ahead and just build, because the walls in here, they're a good height. So what I could have done, instead of putting these little floating shelves, just taking the shelves all the way around here, not even adding in, you know, this little desk. I used to use this desk, but not as much as I thought I would have, and maybe even extended the shelving over to this wall as well. There's just so much space here that is now not really getting utilized because I have other spaces here in the house that I would really prefer to use. So I feel that this was just a little bit of a wasted space. Much like the pictures in the theater room, I think these are a little bit too heavily themed, a little bit too girly for me. Not sure if you guys can kind of tell on the channel. I'm not really a girly girl. Don't get me wrong, I am feminine, but I'm not really a girly girl. And I feel that these XOXO pieces of art here are really giving me super feminine, super girly vibes. So I would really like for those to be gone. And guys, I'm out of breath because I ran downstairs twice because I had to change my battery and back upstairs. But yeah, really wish that I had built all of this up. Of course I can still do it, but you know, now it's just like, gosh, you know, what do you do with all the things and little knickknacks and stuff that you've, you know, spent money on? Back in the day, the little hanging racks were, you know, all on trend once upon a time. So not really a fan of that anymore. Still loving the shelving here. These shelves are also from IKEA. But again, as you can see, not really utilizing the space for what it was or should have been intended for. As you can see, I'm storing some of my lighting back there. It's become quickly a bit of a catch-all type of space. You know, the purses that I don't want over in my other closet, you know, I kind of place over here. What I will say though, I love the fact that these shelving units are actually white. Even though this space is smaller than my closet on the other side of the house, this space really is, it's nice and bright, and I have to attribute that to these shelves actually, you know, being white. Well, that is it, guys. Those are the home regrets that I have for 2023. I hope that as you were watching today's video, you kind of jotted down in the comments those regrets that you actually have. I know in speaking with some of my friends throughout the years, one regret that I think was most constant with them was the fact that they wish that they had purchased a larger home. I know that a lot of us, when we purchase that first home, we say, well, I only have one kid, or I don't have any plans to have any kids at all, only to discover down the road that not only did you have a kid, you had multiple kids, and you found yourself kind of outgrowing, or at this point, you've actually outgrown your home. And you guys know with today's housing markets, you almost have to move heaven and earth to, you know, get into a house. So did you get the right size house? If this applies to you, do drop down, leave a comment, let us know. But anyway, hope you were able to take something away from today's video. Hope you left some good tips for me down in the comments. As always, really appreciate you guys stopping in for not only this video, but all the videos that I have been putting out as of late. Really do appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.